This is the Everyday Geek, your one-stop shop for everything comic book related, and today we're going to be looking at 10 of the worst superheroes ever created. Now don't get me wrong, the thought of being able to shrink to microscopic size and keep your full size strength would be great. There's 2 Ant-Man movies that prove this fact. However, Doll Man isn't quite as good, as yes, he can shrink and keep his strength, but he can only shrink down to being 6 inches and no more. A little 6-inch man fighting crime doesn't exactly fill you with confidence. With no superpowers, you'd think a little old lady wouldn't be too much good as a crime-fighting superhero. That is, until you find out that Madame Fatal is actually the alter ego of Richard Stanton, who dresses up as an old lady to beat the bad guys. Of all the great costumes and looks that superheroes have, an old lady isn't exactly up there, but I guess that look wasn't taken. US Archer came from a family of truckers, and when his parents were killed in an accident, he was taken in by the excellently named Popper Wheelie and Wide Load Annie. As time went on, things didn't get overly better for old US, as one day driving home from college he was run off the road. Half his skull was then replaced with an experimental alloy which gave him the ability to tune into radio frequencies. That's right, a trucker became a human CB radio. You just can't write this stuff. Or if you're Marvel, apparently you can. Leatherboy from Marvel is, well, let's move on. The newest character on our list is from 2012 and is the X-Men's Goldballs, given the name based on his mutant ability to be able to produce an infinite amount of golden balls that he can project at high speeds. What concerns me is the balls are made from an unknown substance. There was a time that Marvel stopped creating new mutants, and Goldballs is the reason why they probably should have stuck with that rule. It's a bit unfair to include a character created in 1940, as times were very different, but the Red Bee is worth mentioning for one reason, and we'll come to that shortly. The Red Bee had a noble cause. He became a hero to fight gangsters and Nazis, and to do this he used his patented Stinger gun and, get this, his trained gang of bees. Now this is the best part. Not only did he have a swarm of trained bees, he had a favourite that he kept in his belt buckle, and his name was Michael. Unbelievable. Matter-Eater Lad is from the future and is a member of the Legion of Superheroes. As the name suggests, he can eat any form of matter, whether that is solid, liquid or even gas. Not only that, he can eat at super speed, so fast in fact he once gobbled down a meteor in a matter of minutes. And look, not an ounce of fat on him. Hindsight Lad from Marvel is a member of the New Warriors. He has no powers whatsoever, but is rather very good at assessing previous events to see what went wrong. How annoying is that? The New Warriors come back from a mission, all dejected because a villain got away, only for Hindsight Lad to point out where they messed up. Cheers, mate. Another member of the Legion of Superheroes, Bouncing Boy was born on Earth with no special abilities, just like you and me. However, that will change when he drank, and I quote, a super plastic formula. Now, he didn't do this on purpose in order to fight crime and become a legendary hero. No, he drank this by accident, thinking it was a fizzy drink. So what great power did he get? He can turn into a big ball and bounce around. Nice one, DC. Member of the Legionnaires from the 30th century, Arm Fall-Off Boy has the ability to remove limbs and use them as weapons. If his powers aren't bad enough, the way he got them is just as lame, by being careless while holding anti-gravity metal. It's not really a great origin story, is it? You expect his battle cry to be, oh bugger. But at least he has a cool look. Oh no, wait, it's terrible. But he did manage to achieve the #1 spot on our list, so it's not all bad for old Arm Fall-Off Boy. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter for more great comic book related content. Until next time.